But when Henry reached the coastal track, his hopes for a fast run were dashed. Fog floated everywhere. "I can't see!" cried Henry. Nor could his driver. And when he could, it was too late. As soon as the tide was high enough, Henry was craned out of the water. "Engines don't swim, Henry. You were meant to deliver fish, not swim with them. You should know that by now." "Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir." The next day, the sun shone. Thumper was working harder than ever. Suddenly, Rusty noticed something. Boulder's moving. "Don't be so daft. It can't," said the driver. But it could. "It's rolling along our line." "We'll stop here until Boulder passes by," said the driver. But Boulder was nowhere to be seen. Then, oh no, it's behind us! Just ahead, they saw a small junction. One line went uphill. Boulder thundered past. Meanwhile, Skarloey was making his way up to the quarry. Then he saw Boulder. "Help!" Boulder was catching up fast. "We must warn the yards," shouted Skarloey. "Yes, but how?" called Rusty. Boulder rounded a bend, and there ahead was Rheneas. "It's running loose!" yelled Rheneas. His driver drove him back as fast as he could. "Hurry!" "Better a smash than a squash," sighed his driver. At the yards, Percy was collecting trucks. Then he heard Boulder. "Oh no, heading straight for me!" squeaked Percy. When Sir Topham Hatt inspected the damage, he decided to close the mine. Then he looked at Boulder. "We should have left this part of the island alone." They moved Boulder to a hill close by the yards. Percy was waiting anxiously for Toby by the bridge. The river had risen so high that the bridge was in danger of collapsing. "The dam's breaking up. We must find high ground," shouted Toby's driver. "Your only chance is to cross the bridge," called Percy. "It doesn't look safe to me," wailed Toby. "It's our only chance," said his driver. "If the dam breaks, we'll be done for." Toby was halfway across the bridge when disaster struck. "Help!" called Toby. "We'll follow him on our line. It meets the river further down." As Toby floated helplessly on the floodwaters, they passed a sign that made them shudder. Beware the waterfall. If we go over that waterfall, we're doomed. Then they saw Harold, who swooped low and shouted urgently to them. We're going to drop a rope to you. Attach it to yourself, quickly now. And they did, to one of Toby's buffers. Just then Percy arrived. Harold flew over to him. Catch the rope and pull Toby to safety, he called. Toby was safe at last. Below. On! Faster, faster! The silly freight cars yelled. Then there was trouble again. Get out of here fast! The mine's collapsing! We'll just have to make a run for it, Percy, called his driver. There's going to be an avalanche, wailed Percy. And he was right. Worse still, the track he was on began to crumble. Oh, help! Wailed Percy. Then he remembered something he had seen earlier. There's a canvas barrier by the track. That might save us. They were just in time. Percy was right. The canvas did indeed save them, but the miners didn't know that. The avalanche has buried an engine and its crew, shouted the foreman. We must help them. When Percy had been rescued, the old branch line was weak and rusty. There were signs warning all the trains to go slow. But Gordon ignored the signs. I'm an express engine, I don't go slow, he said, and he went even faster. The branch line couldn't take his weight, and the rails buckled. Oh, help! Gordon cried as he slid off the tracks and into a field. No one was hurt, but poor Gordon felt very undignified.